You might remember that not so long ago, celebrities in the United States were lending their faces and their reputation to crypto exchanges whose operations were deemed down the line to be slightly dubious. In this video, we have packed the latest regulatory intelligence on one of the other world-first endeavors of European authorities in creating regulation for markets in crypto assets. As a bonus, we will also see how the advertisement of crypto services and assets will take place in Europe and if there is room for reverse solicitation. Let's dive in. If you follow this channel, you know that Europe and its authorities have been already making themselves known for starting this that I like to call world-first endeavors. And one of the examples is that the regulation on the disclosure of sustainable finance. In 2023, the European Parliament approved another regulation and we add a new acronym to the repertoire called Mica, or Market in Crypto Assets. Europe is very bullish about taking advantage for its citizens not only of the green transition, and that was with SFDR, but also of the digital transition with Mica. It is a world first type of endeavor because a regulation on crypto assets and crypto asset service providers doesn't exist yet in the UK, for instance, nor in the US. With Mica being approved in 2023, we see that 2024 is the year of the second level regulation, and we see ESMA engaged with all the other European supervisory authorities in defining the second level regulation, the nitty-gritty, the details. And we will talk in this video about one consultation recently released on reverse solicitation. The idea is that as the bulk of the book on Mica is completed in 2024, there is also an optionality left for member states to push out the actual application of Mica until 2026. So there is still some time before Mica will really become an issue. Nevertheless, it is one of the debated topics nowadays in Europe, which will forge the way this market for crypto assets will flourish, at least at that side of the Atlantic. Mica creates a situation that we have seen already with the Alternative Investment Fund Managers Directive. Service providers in the crypto space in Europe will have to apply for an authorization to offer their services or to issue their digital assets, and this authorization will be coupled with a passport, which means that if a crypto service provider is based out of Germany, for argument's sake, it can request to its own authority to be able to offer its services in other countries in Europe. And what is similar to AIFMD and also to MiFID is that entities based in Europe, such as investors or consumers, will nevertheless be able to use the services or buy the digital assets of firms that are based outside of Europe and that decided not to get authorization under Mica. And this is where reverse solicitation kicks in, and we will see how this will work under the environment of Mica as well. The reality is that Mica creates Once again, a situation that we saw already with AIFMD and with MiFID of extraterritorial effect of its rules, and will concern also the crypto service providers that are based outside of Europe and want nevertheless to offer their services. Hang on a second, I'm mentioning here extraterritorial effects of rules. Are we on the same page? Do you have it clear what it means? Laws, regulation issued in a specific territory apply only to the entities and the individuals that are resident or operating in those territories. And in this context, when a rule has an extraterritorial effect, it means that it captures also entities that are based outside of that territory where the rule is issued and that naturally shouldn't be concerned by the rule. The linkage, most often than not, lies in the fact that these foreign entities want to do business, want to offer their services to entities that are established and resident in the country where the rules have been issued. Class dismissed, let's go back to the video. So ESMA has recently issued this consultation on reverse solicitation under Mica. ESMA, of course, is using the knowledge of so many years of MiFID and AIFMD for what concerns reverse solicitation, but is challenged by the fact that crypto is something new and is something young, and thrives in an environment that is much more internet-based and digital in nature. In this consultation, ESMA identifies the various or different dimensions of reverse solicitation under Mica. There is the dimension of the actors, the contents, and also the one of the time. When we look at the actors, of course, this goes back to the initial point we made when opening this video. What happens if a celebrity or an influencer or a film influencer is talking generally to his following about a crypto service provider and there is a reference to a website or to a logo? In the eyes of ESMA, this is akin to direct marketing made by the third-party website service provider using a financial influencer. So in this case, there will be no reverse solicitation that could be invoked. For what concerns the dimension of the contents, as digital assets are new, there is an element of knowledge that sometimes can be shared online, courses, tutorials, seminars, and the idea is that authorities should look through these particular formats because those could hide themselves as well some direct marketing practices. Lastly, for what concerns the timing, ESMA is making reference to the acquis of MiFID. So under MiFID, it's possible to have reverse solicitation, but the reverse solicitation should be essentially confined and comprised to a specific period of time, which, according to ESMA under the Mica consultation, is not more than a couple of weeks. So if there is an initial contact that is made on a legitimate reverse solicitation, the crypto service provider or issuer could continue to offer assets or services of the same nature for not more than that 2 weeks period of time. A reverse solicitation could not be claimed with the same investor or with the same customer 1 year after the initial contact. We see that the nature of crypto assets and crypto services is not yet crystallized in all its details, and so we might expect that there might be a gray area for what concerns the sameness of the service or the product, which could be potentially exploited in this particular context. There is more to come on European regulation. I wanted to thank you if you made it up to this part of the video, and I wanted to invite you to hit like to the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.